Subject of this video: is this the best portable battery PA available today, 2024? Let's talk about it. So this is the S1 Pro Plus. I bought the extra carry bag backpack. I think it's worth the money, especially if you're a busker or you're trying to carry the speaker to a park like I did today. You put it over your backpack, over your shoulder, makes it really easy. I have it paired with the smallest, lightest speaker stand available. It all fits in that little package, sunburst gear, and I do have a separate video on that. You can check it out. So let's unpack and see what we got here. And by the way, this isn't the loudest portable PA, that's for sure. That would have to go to the eVerse 12 or the Soundbox Generation 4, I believe. Those are like 126 dB. This is 103 dB, so those are much louder. But when you're talking about portable PA, I'm talking about weight and form factor. Again, something you can throw over your shoulder. Okay, here we go. Let's unpack and we'll hear what it sounds like. So I hope you've seen some of the other videos I've made about the Bose line, especially the S1 Pro. But for example, my last video was a sound demo indoors. So today, obviously, we're outdoors. So this is the real thing. People will use a speaker like this, maybe a wedding ceremony outdoors where there's no AC available. That's where the battery power comes in. Outdoors, you have to remember, you don't have wall reinforcement, so you're gonna lose a lot of the bass. So some people use a subwoofer to make up for that bass, but again, I'm thinking portable PA. I'm trying to carry as little as possible. And the other issue is outside noise. As you hear, we got some cars going by. Normally you would have some wind noise. Lucky today is a very calm day. That's not going to be a factor. So it's a nice day, and so I'm going to be testing how loud this goes outside. I do have a sound dB meter. We'll see some numbers in comparison what they were indoors. Okay, I'm getting ready for the sound test, and I'm using non-copyrighted material. It actually is a tune I created many years ago when I first started this channel, about 2 years ago, and it was made on GarageBand. So let's go, we'll give it a try. I forgot to mention that incredible speaker stand. Pretty amazing that all folds up into that little carry bag. No other speaker stand can do that, but this is pricey. Check out the link. This isn't the maximum height. It can go a little higher, but this is probably the perfect height for this weight speaker. You don't want to go to the maximum, especially if you have wind. And if you notice, the legs aren't really beefy, but and they can be spread much further apart if you do have a wind situation for more stability. But really love this speaker stand if you're willing to spend the extra money. You know, just turning on the speaker, I just realized one of the weaknesses. I turned it on. Here I'm in bright sunlight, and the LCD digital DSP screen, I could barely see if it was on or not with the bright sunlight. So that is definitely an issue that wasn't with the old model where you had, you know, hand physical knobs. So some people prefer the old model for that reason. But with this model, you get the app, and that's a game changer for many people. Okay, so I just want to mention that before the sound test. Here we go. I'm standing back about 15 feet. That's usually how I spread a pair of speakers, 15 feet apart. So let's start at this distance. This first sound test will be at max volume to see how loud it can get out here and to see what kind of quality sound when it's really loud. It will be clipping red, so I'm not going to be concerned about that. I'm just looking if I needed to. I'm thinking about in a windy situation, in a paid gig, and people are saying they can't hear, how loud can it actually go, even though it's not recommended to be played in the red for too long. Hopefully the speaker has self-protection built in that DSP, but you never want to do that to your speaker for too many tracks. Here we go. So 95.7 with cars going by and an airplane even helping us out. So figure about 95.5, I think it was before the airplane. And just to give you an idea of what we're comparing it to in the home, it was 106 when I maxed it out into the red. It's quite a difference. You lose quite a bit outdoors. And I heard that harsh distortion when the tune started, and then when the frequencies changed, it didn't sound so bad. But again, I wouldn't play my speaker at this for too long. This is just strictly for us, this one test. So let's try a different track at a more reasonable volume, and we'll see how it sounds as far as sound quality instead of max volume. But there's our figure, 95. I'm going to call it 95.5. Wow, surprising result, 98.3. And I had turned it down to about 3 o'clock. Before I had it on, the dial just maxed out to 11, as they say. So this was even louder. I'm assuming it's just a different track. The other one maybe was a lot of bass, and bass doesn't show up much on dB, especially outdoors. I don't know. That's why these tests are kind of interesting. So now we have 98.3. And with clarity, I thought that sounded good. I'm at the same 15 feet, and again, that's another track that I created back a while ago on GarageBand. My second track. I'm a 2-track wonder. I haven't done any others since. I'm a drummer basically, and I don't really do much on GarageBand. But interesting. 98, pretty loud out here. Again, no wind, but a lot of car noise. But I think it's very acceptable. 98.3 outdoors, especially if it was ceremony music. That's what a lot of DJs use these type of speakers for. Either a ceremony outside for a small group of people, maybe 50, 60, 70 people the most. And then a lot of people also use these as monitors, for instrument monitors in a band situation. Okay, next test. Well, let's use that same track because it was pretty clean. I'm going to start walking back, and we'll see how many feet I can walk back there. And it's kind of a nice big park. Okay, here we go. And this will be a Bluetooth range test. And this is Bluetooth 5.0, and the original speaker, the S1 Pro, was 4.0. So we got some extra distance. I don't know the exact spec. I believe the old 4.0 was 30 feet, and this might be 60 feet. I'm not sure. Well, let's give it a try. We'll see. I'm not actually going to use a tape measure. We're just going to eyeball it. Here we go. Same track. Bluetooth distance test. So talk about max distance test. I'm at 95 feet using the foot method, 1 foot in front of the other. Some people call that the king's foot. In this case, I'm the king. Use my feet, about 95 feet back. Quite a distance. I don't know if you can even see that speaker over there. It's way over there. Let me zoom it in. There we go. It's over there somewhere. Okay, so let's give it a test and see if we have dropouts at this distance. If we do, then we'll move it in until we get the actual figure of how many feet on Bluetooth 5.0. So at 95, approximately 95 feet, I don't know if you heard it, but in the very beginning there was a dropout. But after that, it was good. I didn't hear anything. Remember again, in a gigging situation, you would have bodies in front of the signal. I don't know if that would affect it or not. Maybe someone can chime in and say yes or no. Would that be a factor? But I think if we moved it in from 95 to maybe 80 feet, I would be very comfortable thinking that we wouldn't have any issues. So pretty impressive. Bluetooth 5.0. I think it's definitely an improvement over 4.0. I never actually did this test on my original S1 Pro, but I know the spec says 30 feet and the 5.0 says 60. So let's say about maybe the S1 Pro maybe 50 and this 80. So 30 more feet, that's considerable. Very impressive all around. Okay, let's wrap up this video. So getting back to the question of the day, the rationale behind this video is the Bose S1 Pro the best portable battery PA in 2024? From all my testing and all the speakers I have, and many of you know I have quite a few, I would have to say yes. And I want to stress the word portable though. If you're willing to go heavier, then you have speakers that are louder and will sound more bass and better. But when you're considering portable, this speaker is under 15 pounds. With that backpack, it's super easy to carry. The volume is more than the S1 Pro. Not considerable, but a couple of dB more. It's louder. I was pretty shocked today's actual figures of 98 dB outdoors, but again, it's a very no wind. Wind will definitely affect things. But we have our share of car noise behind me. I did tell you the downside, that app, very hard to see in bright sunlight. That was something that I was surprised about. But you know, one speaker that you're never gonna have everything. This speaker sounds really good within its limits. If you turn it up too loud, like any other speaker, it's gonna start sounding harsh. So you don't want to turn it up to max. You don't want to go into red. But I believe Bose has 50 people. This makes a really good speaker for a small ceremony, or like I said, a lot of people use it for a band monitor. portable speaker. And the best part of the video is the price has gone down. It's now $599, $600. The next speaker up that I would recommend, the eVerse 8, is $150 more at $750. So this is very reasonable. Matter of fact, that's how much I paid for the original S1 Pro back in 2018, 6 years ago. So they gave you all these new features. The bass is considerably better if you watch my previous sound demo indoors. They've really given it some nice low-end thump. They've made it a little louder. I've heard, but I can't verify, that they've solved the mic preamp issue that the S1 Pro had. I don't use it in that fashion, so I can't tell you for sure, but that's what I've heard. They have like I mentioned a couple of times, they have an app, which I really like. The app isn't the best. Again, the EV app is heads and shoulders better than the Bose app, but an app is nice. It has a mute function, and you can control the volume from a distance. It has bass and treble control on the Bluetooth line that the original S1 Pro didn't have. So that's important too, better EQ. And again, if you want to spend the extra money, this has the ability to go with external wireless mics. Again, that's not my situation. I haven't purchased them, so that's not a video, something you're going to find out from this video, how effective that is. You also have a battery indicator on the digital readout, which the S1 Pro didn't have, which to me is very important. The other S1 Pro has some funky blinking lights you had to count. It was really bad. But again, you know, after 6 years, technology has marched on. But the great thing for you new buyers is the same price as I paid 6 years ago, $600. Okay, so that's a wrap it up. I would say yes, this is the best out there. You know, we have the little alto busker. It's a little lighter, it's a little louder, but it doesn't have the fidelity of this speaker. It's just all treble, and this has a nice, well-rounded, hi-fi sound. So, yeah, I would go with the Bose S1 Pro. If you're spending your money, spend a little more over the alto, a little less than the eVerse 8, and you have an excellent speaker. Bose, keep it up. Let's see what you can come out with for the Bose Pro. I guess, what would it be, level 3 in the future? I guess we might have to wait another 6 years though. Okay, this is Bill. Hope you enjoyed. Out. Over and out.